Hi, everyone. Welcome to the cutthroat part of the competition day, where we have the NOSH Live Pitch Slam, sponsored by 301 Inc. Without further ado, I want to get to our presenters quickly. But first, I'd love to introduce our esteemed panel of judges. Each one kind of brings a different part of the industry and insight that they will sort of share their thoughts on our presenters with them. So first up, we have Jeff Grog, who's the Managing Director of JPG Resources. Then we have Tracy Miedema, who is the VP of Innovation and Brand Development at Presence Marketing, rejoining us. Megan Bent, who we heard from yesterday, who is the founder and managing partner of Harbinger Ventures. And finally, John Haugen, who's the founder and managing director of General Mills' venture arm, 301 Inc. So thank you so much, judges, for being with us. We're excited to get started. And with that, I'm going to bring up our first competitor, Francisco Pergola with Cheddies Crackers. So here's your mic, your clicker, and your time starts now.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Francisco Pergola, and I'm the co-founder of Cheddies, a family-friendly cheese cracker made with simple, all-natural ingredients, packed with 30 grams of protein per bag, and available in 4 different flavors. 3 years ago, I was sitting in a dialysis clinic in my hometown of San Antonio, conducting research for my master's thesis. I was looking to redesign the hospital waiting room experience. And as I got to know this community, I became immersed in their food culture. And what I learned was that these individuals were tired of protein bars and protein shakes, which had become their only protein snack options. They wanted something salty and crunchy that they could share with others, as they were once accustomed to doing. They wouldn't stop talking about anything cheese-related, Cheetos, Doritos, cheese crackers. So I went home, and I hand-rolled batch after batch of cheese crackers, packed with nutrients, and I returned to these clinics to share my crackers. And the response was amazing. So I quickly called my brother to share my experience with him. He was equally excited about my findings. These crackers weren't just for the healthcare community. They would be great for parents, kids, office workers, travelers, all of those seeking to improve on health, but not willing to sacrifice on taste. And that is when it hit us. The cheese cracker, a staple pantry item that's been around for over 100 years, simply needed an upgrade. Our goal was not to reinvent the wheel, but to simply make it better. Let's bridge the gap between indulgent and healthy. So my brother and I worked with industry experts to help us bring our recipe to scale, and we refused to compromise on quality or taste, so we worked with 7 different manufacturers across the country until we created the perfect cracker. Cheddies, a unique cheese cracker with a light and crispy texture, a familiar taste because cheddar cheese is our main ingredient, packed with protein with no protein aftertaste, and all these sensations combine to create a guilt-free experience that make it okay to accidentally eat the entire bag. All of this at a low MSRP of $3.49. In August of 2018, we launched into all of Hy-Vee's grocery and convenience stores. We've been on Amazon since October of 2018, where we now have over 170 reviews, and our most recent partner, H-E-B. Moving forward, we seek to target micro markets such as schools and offices through the release of our new single-serving bag. Thank you all for listening to my story.
All right, I'm going to have you move to the center stage to take some questions from our judges. Jeff, I know you spend a lot of time in the snack world. Tell us, what is your thoughts on sort of the product and where it could go in the marketplace?
Yeah, well, I think it's very much on trend. It is a good product, so congrats on that. We see too many things that don't meet the taste hurdles they should. But what's your price on this?
Right now, we're currently selling them at $3.49 per bag.
Great.
Yep.
I love that cheese is the very first ingredient.
Thank you.
Yeah, very on brand and on trend. Tell me about your decision to use a bag instead of a box.
So part of the whole process of branding was figuring out how we would stand and be different from other competitors in the market who were using boxes. The disadvantage we found was obviously breakage, but the gusseted pouch and the resealable on-the-go option is very much something that millennials and people that are very much on the go and active are seeking. So we really geared towards the bag. We originally did start with a box and felt that we just weren't hip enough or kind of relevant. So we transitioned to the bag.
Got it.
Could you tell me just a little bit more about who really is the target here? I mean, there's a lot of cheese crackers out there. There's certain brands that are like all cheddar. So this obviously is a combination of wheat and cheddar, but who's the bullseye?
So we really have three main targets here. We have the parent or the mother seeking to provide their children or family with a better snacking alternative. Because it is a familiar taste, we found that families are comfortable with sharing it and enjoying it amongst each other. Then the other target that we really aim to address is the sporty or active lifestyle that is just seeking to get protein in their everyday needs, take it to work, afternoon lunch snack. And then we have people who actually have some sort of illness and need the protein intake that they're seeking. So,
talk to me a little bit about your distribution strategy. I have a bias towards simplicity when you're first getting off the ground, and Amazon, retail, and food service is really different in margin structure and price and even pack and usage. So just curious as to how you really think about generating focus and results in a case study account.
yeah, so that was all very much a learning experience for us as well. We found that going direct to warehouse was very in our favor, obviously higher margins. So through all of our partners so far, we've tried negotiating direct to warehouse deals. We are now bringing in a distributor, KeHE, through a new retailer that just recently placed a purchase order. So I'm not sure if I exactly answered your question.
Roughly.
Roughly.
Why did you not go gluten-free?
We tried at the very beginning and felt that in trying to fulfill this trend that was occurring 3 years ago, we were compromising on a lot of the attributes that we didn't want to lose, taste and texture. And alongside that, the manufacturability of it was just nearly impossible. We ended up with a product that wasn't a cracker and more of a crisp or a flat cracker with no real volume to it. So we decided to take a compromise.
We're out of time.
Is it a quick one?
I think it's a quick one. It has to do with the claims across the top. So curious about 100% cheese and how that's interpreted by the consumer, considering there's actually wheat in there and then 30 grams of protein, not per serving, but per bag.
Right.
Do you think there's benefit to sort of making the claims uniform so someone can really translate it easily?
Yeah, so I'll try to make it quick. But so part of the greatest challenges we had was how do we compete with other cheese crackers in the market who claim 100% real cheese. And so at the beginning we had claims that would say main ingredient cheddar cheese, and people were just confused about this. And so we've let the nutrition label kind of speak for itself, and we found that the consumer actually is identifying that our main ingredient is cheddar cheese. And as far as the protein claim goes, we found that we were very observant of whether or not people would feel like it was misleading, and that hasn't been the case at all. We found that people are actually eating the entire bag, which was our goal, was making it a serving size that was reasonable.
Well, it's pretty easy to eat a whole bag, but unfortunately, it's time for you guys to try something else. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.